I'm Mr. Reckless Abandoned Lazarus Black.
And I am the deranged behemoth Ryan Mantis.
And together, we are
the Black Society.
And you, my friends, are watching Hashtag Truth
with Scott Larson. Roll it.
Watch it all fall down around you now. Was it ever really worth it? Having your kingdom crumble to the ground? Because you never had the courage. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hashtag Truth. Tonight, we have the one and only owner and promoter of Pro Wrestling Savage, Mr. Thomas Scott. But before we get to him, let me get to my first sponsor right away, L&L Fence Company, specializing in custom fencing, everything from wood and aluminum to chain link, 933 Almamoro Road, Charlotte, North Carolina. Give them a call today for your free estimate, 704-563-9544. L&L Fence Company, the king in custom fencing. Mr. Thomas Scott, how are you doing today, sir?
Well, I'm doing good, man. Just busy, but you know how it is.
I know exactly how it is. So you have a show coming up, and we talked before the show, and you're a little busy, so you're pressed on time. So we're going to do about 30 minutes today, and it's all going to be about the show. So let's just start off right away. I'll show the poster, and we'll get right into the information. How about that?
That works great for me.
All right, I'll let you do the info. There you go.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is going to be an exciting show. It's a toy drive, so the cost of admission is a toy.
Okay.
It's we got one heck of a main event. We have got the NWA World Junior Heavyweight title on the line when the future legend champion Kerry Morton takes on Christopher Prince. We got Chris Vallow. We got Whiskey Business. We got so many people that's going to be there. It's going to be 5 great matches. Come out, enjoy the show. All you got to do is bring a toy. I don't even care how much it costs. Just bring a toy.
There you go. Sounds good, man. It's going to be December 16th. Bell time is 7:30. It's at 201 Stetson Drive, Charlotte, North Carolina, 28262. Of course, always card is subject to change because you never know these days.
I'm telling you.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that main event you've got going on, man. You've got a title on the line in the main event. Tell us a little more about that.
So we don't just have a title. We have a major title on the line. The NWA World Junior Heavyweight Championship goes back as far as Nelson Royal, my trainer. We're talking about Ricky Morton's held the belt. We're talking about Brad Armstrong. We're talking about several great men have held this belt. And now the future legend, Kerry Morton's got it.
And who's challenging him for that belt?
Christopher Prince or Christopher Phoenix or whatever his name is this
Christopher
week.
Prince. Let's not go there. There's only one, and it's Christopher Prince. Whoa, daddy. All right.
I'm telling you what. I'll tell you what. I've had the pleasure of watching both of these guys grow in the business. Was actually the first show outside of Christopher Prince's home show that he ever worked for. Kerry, I've known for many years.
Right.
I've known him since he was about 9 years old, jumping around on the top rope at APW while his dad was getting ready to wrestle.
That's quite a long time.
Yeah.
And now look where he's at. I mean, he's following in daddy's footsteps. Kerry Morton is, if you ever met Kerry Morton in person, man, he is a perfect gentleman. He is what you want to have in a locker room. I'm telling you.
I'll tell you what, the kid's got it all. He's got looks, he's got ability, he's got talent. It's unbelievable.
Right.
I mean,
and he's been on Hashtag Truth twice. Not once, but twice.
he has his dad's charisma.
Yes, very much so.
You know, just being around him, you just kind of, you see greatness coming.
And truth be told, his dad will even say this if you ask him in person. He's got more. He's more athletic than his dad.
Yeah, I've Ricky said that several times, and I'll tell you, and I can't say enough about Christopher Prince either. That kid, oh my God, he is oozing with talent. One of the best junior heavyweights in the Carolinas.
No doubt.
I mean, gotta give it to him. Don't like his attitude as of late, but you know, you're gonna have that.
Right.
You know, he's finding his own way. He's feeling himself right now.
It happens. It happens, man. So you've got you said you've got Whiskey Business coming out there, so that means there's going to be a tag team match.
Oh yes, there's.
So who you got lined up for Whiskey Business?
We have Fisticuffs, Brett West and his partner, who have been making a name up there, up where they're from. So let's bring them down.
The best in the East and the West, Brett West. I love it.
Yeah, and then of course Thomas Extreme will be there.
Okay.
With a mystery partner. Well, I can't say it's a mystery.
It's a mystery to everybody but you. I got it. I know how this works. It's all good, man. It's always nice to have a surprise at a wrestling show, bro. When you go and you're not expecting somebody and they show up, and especially when you got good wrestlers coming up there. And Charlotte, man,
Wait a minute.
Charlotte's full of good wrestlers.
Nobody's expecting him to show up. He has to show up.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
You keep going, you might have to say his name. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm just going to go ahead and say it.
Okay.
I made Extreme a promise that if he was to pin me, I would be his tag team partner.
Okay.
So now you got Thomas Extreme and Thomas Grimm together.
Brian Cummings just came on and yelled, Dizzy! He said, much love and respect, bro.
Much love, Brian. I'll tell you, man. You know, everybody says every year, except for last year, I've done a toy drive.
Right.
Last year, I couldn't do it on account of health reasons. This year, I'm going to do it. You know.
So again, I'm going to keep the poster up because I think you can still see our faces with the poster even up. So let's see.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, we can see each other just fine. So yeah, this is it right here. 201 Stetson Drive, Charlotte, North Carolina. Bell time 7:30 on December 16th. All you got to do is bring a toy, and you get right in. Doesn't matter what the price of the toy is. Make sure it's unwrapped though, ladies and gentlemen. It's got to be an unwrapped toy.
Yeah, I got to be able to tell whether it's a boys or girls toy.
Right, exactly.
Some of the matches are off the chain. I've got Chris Vallow versus Nathan Cross.
Chris Vallow. Now I'm telling you, if you guys have not seen Chris Vallow, he's usually tagging with his partner there that's on the picture, but his
partner would be there. I just thought it'd be cool to kind of separate them and make them do it.
No, without a doubt. They're both good singles wrestlers in their own mind, without a doubt.
Well,
the Heart Killers, man, the Heart Killers together or separate, they're a team to reckon with.
Well, his partner's wrestling none other than Buggy Wright.
Oh, man, Buggy Wright. Okay, Django and Buggy Wright.
Mm-hmm. Tommy Django and Buggy Wright. I just, you know, and it's one of those matches that I just wanted to see.
Right.
You know, and,
I could just vision that in my head, man. There's going to be some moves put on in that wrestling ring, without a doubt.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you, they're gonna make my wrestling ring look like a trampoline as much as they jump.
That's good though. You said 5 matches, right?
5 matches. You got Chris Vallow versus Nathan Cross. You got Buggy Wright versus Tommy Django. You got Whiskey Business versus Fisticuffs. Me and Thomas Extreme versus whoever. It doesn't even really matter. We're gonna beat them up,
right?
Then you got the one I'm most excited for is the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Title match. with the future legend Kerry Morton, who is the champion, versus Christopher Prince.
Yeah, that's gonna be off the chain too, man. Christopher Prince is a really I can't even say up and comer anymore because he's been around for a few years now. He's making a name for himself. He did the name change, which is cool. I can understand there was another wrestler out there that had the same name, so I get it. And but he's still the same fierce competitor. I mean, look at that snarl he's got in that poster, man. I wouldn't want to mess with him.
I tell you, man, I remember seeing him when he's just a little bitty guy.
Right?
He's really showing and doing his thing, and I'm very proud of him.
Right? I enjoy watching him every time. He usually comes out. He's one of the guys that spritzes his hair before the show or whatever, likes the wet look or whatever. And he comes out and he shakes and he throws the hair, the water in my face every time. That's okay though. I done got used to it.
And you got Whiskey Business now. Those are two tough hombres.
I'll tell you what, Whiskey Business, everybody knows, everybody, you know, I want to put a thing out there that my little beef with one of the guys in Whiskey Business has been squashed, at least on my side. So there is no beef there anymore. Them two guys are a great tag team. Those two guys should be tag team champions almost everywhere they go. That's what I think of Whiskey Business.
The thing that gets me is it's two guys that I never thought would get together. And they ended up getting together and made something beautiful of it.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. I love to hate them.
I'll tell you, and I can't say enough for these guys because anytime I'll call them up and say, hey, listen, I've got this show. And they okay, we're there.
Right?
You know, and that says a lot for me. When, you know, these days, you know, I may not be the best promoter out there. I know I need my production up there and all that, but I'll tell you what, this is what I look at. I'd rather pay for talent than production.
Right. Right.
And if I can give you a good show and, hey, it's not as pretty as it should look, or it's not the prettiest set that it should be, and they don't have all the fireworks, well, you know what? I paid more money for the talent.
That's what matters the most out of all of it is the talent itself.
Exactly. And, you know, we got Ron Emerson, who's going to jump up there, and he always does a good job as a ring announcer. And I really enjoy him doing the ring announcing.
Oh yeah. We talked about that a little bit on his podcast the other night, and he's looking forward to this show, and it looks like it's going to be a really good show. I'm going to try my hardest to get up there. You know how it is when it comes to me and my health and my finances and all that, but
I get it. I understand. I'll tell you what, though, you know, one of the things that there's two shows a year that means the most to me.
Right.
And one of them is the toy drive that I try to do every year. And the other one is the school or back to school drive I try to do.
Right.
And, you know, I couldn't get all the legends this time, but I got the future legend. Right.
I mean, hey, the future legend is a legend in my eyes. I mean, there are we're talking about 4 or 5. I say kids. I say it affectionately because I'm older than they are. But you got 4 or 5 kids that are gonna be at the big shows someday. I have no doubt in my mind.
Well, you know, that's the thing is I'm looking at guys and I've watched them grow, like Christopher Phoenix. I have no doubt in my mind at some point he will be working in wrestling.
Right.
But his job is wrestling.
Exactly.
Christopher Prince, I'm sorry.
Nah, you're good. You're good. He'll correct you. He'll correct you when it comes show day. Trust you me.
And Braden Marshall, he's another one that I have no doubt that he's going to be doing something in wrestling.
And his partner.
Absolutely. Cam Jackson.
Another
one. And you know what? Chase Emery. These are guys that I've watched.
Right.
Watched since, I mean, I remember Braden Marshall's second match.
We could probably do this for about 40 wrestlers, I imagine, Thomas Scott. As many wrestlers as we know in this area and are good and get out there and they do their job and they do it, you know, to the best of their ability. Ron Emerson said, "What's up, gentlemen?" Ron Emerson of the Wrestling Wire. Check him out every Thursday night and every Sunday night. But go on Ron Emerson Jr.'s page, Facebook page, and check out the Wrestling Wire on YouTube. Subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. Great show over there, guys. Don't miss it. Luke Fury said, "Yo,
What's up, Luke?
did you see the promo that this kid cut the other day?"
No, I haven't had a chance, man.
You got to go on Facebook and check out the promo he cut for the brawl for NAWA coming up. He cut a great promo, bro. He said, "I see you have a show next weekend." Uh-oh.
Yeah, I sure do. Bring a toy. Don't play with it, Luke. Just bring it.
Dang, he said that. I love it. Michael King said 40 capable, but one will get the opportunity. And you are right about that, Michael King. You are right about that so much. There is probably 1,000 great wrestlers in our area, but only a few are going to get the opportunity to go up and show their wares. But that is good for the promoters that are doing indie wrestling in our area. We get the best shows in the house for what, 10% of the price?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we got some big things coming up at Pro Wrestling Savage too. I've been in contact with a couple of bigger wrestlers that are coming in. One is Rich Swann, at Wrestling.
Very good.
And another one being Johnny Swinger.
Very good again. Luke Fury said, "Thomas, watch the promo after this, please."
All right, I will. And then I'll call you and tell you how bad it was.
Oh, snap. Well, before we do anything else, we're going to get to the second half of the show, but I'm going to get to my second sponsor right away. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Are you a collector? Are you a gamer? Retro Toys and Collectibles is your one-stop shop for all your collecting needs. Funko Pops, action figures, WWE collectibles, movie memorabilia, and much, much more. If you're a gamer, they also have a wide variety of Magic cards, board games, video games for hours of fun and enjoyment. Come out to 400 East Main Street in Cherryville, North Carolina. Say hi to Cotton, that's the owner, and tell him #Truth sent you. You would be glad you did. All right, Thomas, man, I'm telling you, great show coming up. We got a lot of people talking. Yo, give the young pillar Rich Swann. he wants to come out and wrestle for you, and he said bring Rick Swann with you.
All right.
Speaking of other promoters, we got Cole Maccabee of Pro Wrestling Union, who just had a show here recently.
You know what? I'm going to say something right now, and you're not going to hear every promoter say this, but man, I'm telling you what, the promoters that are out these days and wrestling are doing an excellent job.
Yes.
Everybody's stepping up. Cole Maccabee, man, I'm telling you, that dude, Jimmy Ward.
Right?
I'll tell you what, I've been to the pavilion. I'm going to tell you, if I got to do a backyard show, if I got to go watch a backyard show, that's the one I'm going to watch. That dude, I'm telling you.
You know what, Thomas? I don't even consider it a backyard show. It's not it's a venue. It's a venue now.
I'm going to be honest with you, man. That's better than most of the venues I've been in.
Right? Without a doubt. I 110% agree with you.
And I'm going to go ahead and say, you know, you got Viper. He's doing his thing up in Marion's area. You got Shane Austin out there doing New Millennium. I mean, those guys are really working to bring out good indie wrestling. So I'm going to say it like this. If you're not out at my show, go to somebody. HWA, awesome job.
Right.
If you're not out, if you can't come to my show, that's fine.
Hey,
go support indie wrestling, because you know what?
You're doing my job for me, Thomas Scott. Maybe we should switch places.
Well, I'm just going to say this. A lot of us are supporting communities.
Right.
And we need the community to support us to keep going.
I got you, without a doubt, man. And that's just it. And I always say, and I always will say that, you know, we just said it a while ago, it's great to watch WWE on TV. It's great but if you ain't got the money to pay $100 to go watch WWE, if you got $10 for your gas tank and you got $10 in your pocket, go watch an indie show in your area. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, there is, no matter what type of wrestling you're into, whether it's grappling, whether it's high flying, whether you're going to find somebody at an independent wrestling show that's going to tickle your fancy. You're going to buy their merch and you're going to end up a fan. All you got to do is go through the door.
You know what? I tested that theory many, many years ago with a guy that he hated professional wrestling. I can't stand that fake stuff. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll pay for your ticket and all your concessions if you just come to this one show. That guy still comes to shows now, and this has been 20 years later.
That's what I'm talking about. I mean, you always got the people who are going to badmouth it. They don't understand it. They don't get it. But eventually they'll do. Cole Maccabee said, true that. The Welfare Pavilion is a beautiful place. Speaking of in Austin, here's Kenny Austin. He said, how you doing, guys?
Hey, how's it going, Kenny Austin?
He will be out there Christmas night for their show over there at New Millennium. I will be there Christmas night walking out Kid Cutter at New Millennium show.
Well, unfortunately, I will be in Kentucky Christmas night, so I can't make it to that show.
Oh, you're good, man. I mean, family comes first, bro. Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Cole said, shoot, Thomas got some good stuff at Pro Wrestling Savage. Go out and support. I agree 100%, without a doubt.
Man, I'll tell you what, it's not me.
And just remember, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to announce this about 6 more times before we get off the air. Here's the poster with the address and the bell time. All you need to do to get into this wrestling show is bring a toy, an unwrapped toy of any kind, and bring it to the show.
Yep.
That's it. It's got to be in the packaging, of course. I mean, I don't want you to bring something out of your kid's toy box or something, but
You know what? I'll be honest with you. Some of those kids wouldn't even care. The next day, we're going to have Santa Claus there, and we're going to give out the toys to needy children.
Oh, okay. So Santa Claus is going to be there also. That's an announcement, man.
The very next day, the Santa Claus is there. So I really need everybody to bring something. Even if you don't want to come to the show, bring some toys.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I mean
trust me,
kids happy. That's what Christmas is all about, man. Giving. It's the season of giving, right?
And I mean, see, my thing is I want you to come to my show, but if you can't, support these kids.
Right.
If you support me, support the kids.
Right. Exactly. No doubt about it. And of course, I mean, we're not gonna belittle the show. I mean, you come with a toy, you can sit down, toy or 2 or 5 or 6. You can sit down, you watch a great wrestling show. Watch the you'll have to tell me the main event again because I always forget names. So go ahead and tell us the main event.
It'll be the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Championship. The future legend, Kerry Morton, defending his title against Christopher Prince.
Woo! The 2 guys at the top of the poster right there.
Yep.
I love it, man. I love it.
On this card, I'm telling you what, are amazing workers. Except for maybe me. But I'm old with bad knees, so we'll see how I do.
Right? Exactly. You know what? It's all good as long as you get in there and give it your best, right?
That's exactly right. I might not can jump and do Hurricane Ranas anymore, but I can still outpower anybody.
You know what is a beautiful place? Thomas Scott's bank account.
It's never a beautiful place in my bank account.
Michael King is awesome. Cole Maccabee did the same thing I did. Whoa, daddy, that's a main event.
I'm telling you what, when this main event come to me, I was like, oh, I gotta have it.
Right?
And it's kind of crazy because the main event came to me during WrestleCade.
So the main event walked up to you.
Yep.
That's great. I love that. That is great. And hey, the fans get to see an NWA title being and if you've never seen NWA, I mean, this is for the kids out there because most of us adults who watch wrestling we know all about NWA, but this is, like I said, bring a toy, bring the kids. Santa's going to be there and indoctrinate them into what the NWA is all about. When they see that title, grab that cell phone, show them an NWA, one of the old clips of NWA. That's how you make a fan.
One of the other things that I got going there is my trainer, Nelson Royal, who's passed away, God rest his soul, was the former NWA World Junior Heavyweight Championship. I've been trying to contact his family. I'm getting the belt that he has to bring it to show the differences between the two belts.
So you're bringing an original NWA belt from the day.
Yep.
Ooh wee, man.
I'm telling you, man, and to me, that's like I tell everybody, the NWA Junior Heavyweight title means a lot to me because I was actually trained by the NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion.
There you go.
And I mean, I've got pictures of my trainers standing with Harley Race, both holding belts.
Wow.
I mean, it's just amazing.
That's some name dropping, man. That's some big time name dropping right there.
Well, I mean, it's not even name dropping. It's the point that, that belt has so much heritage.
Right.
And just for even with Ricky Morton used to hold that belt at one point.
Right. Cole Maccabee said Nelson Royal was a tremendous professional wrestler, and he has professional all in capital letters, all in caps. Yes, very much so.
I'll tell you a story about him. See, I was trained back in the day, 1988.
Okay.
And I remember a certain guy named Vince Torelli was able to work out in the ring, and I wasn't yet because I wasn't ready for the ring. And I remember Nelson Royal punching him getting punched in the stomach and told Vince Torelli's stepdad, you need to get your kid in shape. Do you know who Vince Torelli is?
Not offhand.
That's Ken Shamrock.
Ooh.
Nelson Royal trained Ken Shamrock, Maestro, Sam Houston.
Sam Houston, man.
I mean, that dude, Cole's right. He was the elite in professionalism.
I bet even Mr. Wrestling Jr. likes Nelson Royal.
Oh yeah.
Cole Maccabee knows who I'm talking about.
But I'm just going to say this. Out of all the promoters out there, I want to say thank you to people like Michael King, who's not a promoter, but he's a great friend now.
Yes, he is.
I want to say thank you to Jimmy Ward for always supporting me. That dude comes to my shows. I want to say thank you to Cole Maccabee because if there's something I'm struggling with, I know that I can give him a call and I can throw an idea off of him.
There you go.
I want to say thank you to Ron Emerson. I want to say thank you to you, Scott.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
I'll tell you another one. I want to say thank you to Shane Austin.
Without a doubt.
He gave me a chance when back 20 years ago that nobody else would.
Right. There you go, man. I see that's what it's all about, man. It's helping each other grow, lifting each other up. That's what I'm all about. That's what Hashtag Truth is all about. That's what Ron Emerson's all about. Michael King, all the promoters you just named. It's about lifting each other up, Yeah, it's a business. We get it. You're in it to make money, no doubt. As a wrestler, as a promoter, as anything you do in the business, that's why it's called a business, to make money. But you got to have fun doing it too, and you got to lift up each other.
Well, I'm going to tell you, a man that just passed away, who was a very close friend of mine, was like a father to me.
Okay.
He just passed away a couple of days ago. But he told me one time he owned a bar, and I was his bouncer, and I was all mad because this bar was opening up across the street from us.
Okay.
And he looked at me and he said, competition's what makes money.
It is.
So he said, you don't have to be mad at them. You just gotta try to possibly put on the best show that you can possibly put on. You don't want to take their fans.
And you know who gets the best of that?
The fans.
The fans. When this company's competing against this company. Now I'm not talking about, pulling posters down off of places. No. I'm talking about friendly competition. When you have good competition, friendly competition, the fans are the ones that are going to win, because this company is going to want to get the big name over this company to get the big name and we're going to be the winners.
Exactly. That's what people don't understand. My biggest thing is we can all work together and we can all have each other's backs and still be competitive against each other without tearing down posters and being stupid and down in the other. I mean, while I've got this on my mind, just today, I had a wrestler message me and tell me that I was a liar because I didn't want to book him. And it's not that I don't want to book him. Well, here's the thing. You're not trained enough for me to book you. And I've got
facts. I mean, you can't.
Well, it's not only that. I mean, it's the thing that I'm actually at the point in my life that I'm picky about what I want for my company.
Right.
And, you know, if people don't understand that by cussing me and calling me a GD liar and go F myself,
that's not number one. That's not being a professional wrestler. Number two, you just burned down a bridge that you're never going to be able to cross again. There's so many things that is wrong with what you just said that wrestler did that, man, I could go into a rant for 30 minutes about that.
Well, here's the thing is
none of that is right.
Because I'm more of a professional, and that would make him relevant, and he's irrelevant to me. That's just the way I feel about it.
Cole Maccabee said, "Thank you, Thomas. I enjoyed the conversations, the laughs, and the occasional venting." Without a doubt, man.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
Too.
Well, brother, we have hit that 30-minute mark. You was telling me that you have things you got to do, that you're at a place you got to get some stuff done. So I'm going to put up the poster, and we're going to go through the information one more time. Pro Wrestling Savage is having a wrestling show, ladies and gentlemen, December 16th. Bell time is 7:30. It's at 201 Stetson Drive in Charlotte, North Carolina, 28262. The only thing you need to get into the show, to see the show, there's going to be 5 great matches, is a wrap toy. And Thomas is going to tell you about the main event, because I like seeing the joy in his eyes when he talks about the title. So go ahead, Thomas.
The main event will be the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion, the future legend, Kerry Morton, versus Christopher Prince. That there is worth $25.
Right? Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
I mean, hey, I'll tell you what, they got a $5 store. They got a Dollar General. Whatever you can bring, we're not judging.
There you go. There you go. You heard it first right here from the guy who runs the show, without a doubt. So, well, Thomas, we love having you on, man. Pro Wrestling Savage. We're always about some Pro Wrestling Savage. Great show you're having coming up, man. Come back sometime afterwards and tell us about the show and what happened, and we'll talk some more.
All right, buddy, I will. And I'll tell you what, you're also going to be able to get this on XWW streaming.
Okay.
You'll be able to watch it on there also.
There you go. All right. Well, there you have it. Thomas Scott from Pro Wrestling Savage, man. Their show is on the 16th. Don't miss it. All you need is a unwrapped toy, without a doubt. So we're going to close it off like this, ladies and gentlemen. Hashtag Truth is on YouTube. Don't forget about YouTube. Go and subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. That way you know every time that Hashtag Truth goes live, so you won't miss a single show, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a great time. Don't forget Pro Wrestling Savage on the 16th. Bring an unwrapped toy. The NWA Junior Heavyweight title will be on the line in the main event, and that is the Hashtag Truth. We'll see you guys Wednesday night.